Okay, so calculate the simple interest earned and the total balance, round to the nearest cost cent if necessary. So basically what you're doing, you're using the formula up here that says simple interest. So that's what we're using. So all we have to do is identify what the principal is, what the rate is, and what the time is. So when we look at it, you have 964. That's going to be the principal. 5% is the rate, but remember you need to change it to a decimal, and we'll do that in a bit. And then the time is 3 years. So when we're changing the percent to a decimal, I need to do what? What do I need to do? Yeah, move it 2 times to the left. So that means that 5% becomes 500. So all we have to do is write the formula. So I equals principal times rate times time. So we have principal is 964 times 0.05 times 3. So what I would do the first two and then do the last one. So we're going to go ahead and multiply it. So that's going to be 20, 32, 48. And you have how many decimal places? 2. So that's going to give you $48.20. But we still need to multiply it by 3. So then that's going to be 0, 6, 24. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 2 is 14. So again, you have 2 decimal places. So the interest is going to equal to 144 and 3 cents. And that is how you solve for simple interest. Wow. So you have the interest. Now it's saying to calculate the total balance. So what would I need to do in order to find the total balance? The principal plus the interest, maybe? Okay. So what you do is you add 964 plus 144. That's going to give you 1,108 and 3 cents. So my answer is going to be 1,108 and 3 cents, and that's the total amount that they will be paying back, or they will be having in the savings after 3 years. Okay, so make sure you turn in your warm-up, put it in the tray. Do not forget to do that because it is 30% of your grade. Okay, so let's go over the quick check. We're going to go over what we've been doing the last few days. So let's go ahead and fill in those blanks. So it says total surface area means the area of all the bases and faces. Mm-hmm. Lateral surface area means the area of only the faces. Okay, so when you're going to do surface area, make sure that you are shading in the bases. Remember, with a pyramid, you only have one base. With a prism, you have 2 bases. So make sure you are shading them in. That way you know you do not include those when you're looking for lateral surface area. Okay, so let's go to the example. So here it says, find the total surface area. So we're looking for total. So does that mean we're going to include the bases? Yes, we're still shading them in. So we're going to shade it in. This is a triangular prism because it has triangles as the base. So that's a triangular prism. Okay, so we're not going to calculate, we are going to calculate the bases, the area for the bases. So we're going to use A equals half of the base and height. So in this case, what is the base? 4. So it'd be half is equal to 4. What's the height? 5. So then I go ahead and multiply that. So what's 4 times 5?
20.
20. And don't forget the half. So half of 20 is
10.
10. So that means each of those is 10. And if you notice, I write in the area in the shape that I found the area for, because that helps me remember that those are 10. So now we're going to do the area of the rectangles. So if you notice, this is going to be 8. This is 8. So those are the ones that we need. Now, what would this measurement be? It's 4. Where are we getting 4 from?
From the
Okay, remember, we're folding this up. When we fold it up, it's going to connect to what? The 7. It's going to connect to that. So that means this is 7. Okay, so let's do 7 times 8. 56. Okay, so let's look at the next one. So what is this measurement? The one here. 4. And then we have 8, right? So 4 times 8 is 32. So then what would this measurement be? Well, what's the measurement? It's 6, right? Because this will connect to that part right here. So then 6 times 8 is 48. So they're all different. They're not always the same. Always check those sides that's going to connect to your rectangles. So now all we have to do is what? Add them up. So let's go ahead and add them up. So we have 56 plus 32 plus 48. So 6 plus 2 is 8 plus 8 is 16. So 5 plus 1 is 6 plus 3 is 9 plus 4 is 13. So that would be your lateral. But are they asking for lateral? No, they're asking for total, so I need to continue adding. So I'm going to add 10, so that's 146, and then plus 10, that's 156. So the total surface area is 156 square inches. Okay, so here we have another net, and this net is for what? A what? Well, there aren't, okay, we are finding the lateral surface area, so that means we're not including the base. And what's the base?
Oh, the rectangle.
Yeah, the rectangle in the middle. So we're not including this. So now we need to find the area of the triangles. But what is this shape? What is this called? It's a square pyramid. I know, but square is okay. It could be called a rectangular pyramid. Okay, so let's look at our numbers. So we have our numbers. We have 7 and 4, right? So that means we're going to go ahead and do half of base times height. Stop. So A equals to half the base is what? 4. And the height is 7. So then we're going to go ahead and do half of 4 times 7 is 28. And half of 28 is 14. So remember, when you have one side, you have the other side. So this is going to be 14. So that means this is also going to be 14 because those triangles will always be congruent. The opposite side of a pyramid, there will be congruent. Okay, now we have to do the other two. So what is the base and what's the height? 10 and 5. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have half of base and height. So half of 10 times 5. So 10 times 5 is 50. and half of that is 25. So that means that each of those triangles is 25. So now we have everything we need, so all we have to do is add. So 25 plus 25 is 50.
You got 78.
And 14 plus 14, that's 28, plus 50 is going to be 78. So my lateral surface area is going to be 78 square centimeters. Okay, so your assignment, you picked it up as you went in. If you notice, it's actually a maze. You guys like those because it gives you the answers. Just be careful what you are looking at, because some of them will ask for total surface area, some of them will ask for lateral surface area. Make sure that you're shading in the bases. That way you know what to include, what not to include when you're doing lateral. Now, what you need to do, if you notice, on one side of your paper, you're going to have the start. On the other side, you're going to have the finish. So that means, yes, you start with this one, and then you end with that one. But you still need to find the order as you're going. Now, each section has 2 answer choices that you need to look at. Okay? It's not automatic. Make sure that you're doing that. Now, for when you go over, make sure you're starting on the side that it has your answer. Because when you go over, those are supposed to be matching each other, and those are supposed to be matching each other. But I copied them wrong, so they're in opposite. So you would have to turn it around. But other than that, everything should work out. You should be going either through one on top or through the bottom, and that's it. Now, I am giving you until the Tuesday, because Monday you don't have school, giving you until Tuesday to work on this. Make sure you turn it in, because it is 30% of your grade. It's reviewing everything, and I believe you might have a test soon, which might be Wednesday or Tuesday. I'm not really sure yet, but you'll find out. I think it's Tuesday, so make sure you're ready for this. Make sure you're studying composite figures, how to find the area of it, and how to find surface area. And that will be your test on Tuesday. Any questions before you go on? If you need help, make sure you're asking me and work on it. You may work as a group. It's up to you. So go ahead and start on this.